man, I could watch them put that film on all day. What's going on, everybody? It's Charles. In this video, we're going to talk about actually the very first modification I did to the Golf R when I got it, and that's paint protection film, ceramic coating, and window tint. Now, despite the fact that this is just a Volkswagen Golf, it's actually a super rare car. For model year 2019 in this color, it is one of 13, and I think one of 7 with the DSG transmission. So of course I wanted to do whatever I could to make sure she's bright and shiny yellow for her entire life. Now, I got some amazing recommendations from a couple of friends of mine. You guys probably know them, fellow yellow car owner, well, former yellow car owner, Engineering Explained, and my man with the Mustang, Matt of Matt Moran Motoring. Both of those dudes, very good friends of mine, and both have their car wrapped in XPEL. So when I got the Golf, I asked them both, hey, is this XPEL stuff really worth it? Does it really do what it says it does and self-heal, which we're gonna test in a little while? And the answer was, of course, yes, glowing reviews. So that was all I needed to get the full boat paint protection on the car. And I love window tint, so of course, we got the windows tinted. The paint protection film is XPEL's Ultimate Plus series. The window tint that they used was XPEL's Prime XR Plus, and then the ceramic coating, which actually goes on top of the paint protection film, is their Fusion Plus ceramic coating. All this stuff was installed by the guys up at Wicked Auto Stylings. Also, fun fact, I came really close to renting the warehouse across the parking lot from where these guys are at. Now, I had the entire car coated in paint protection film, and the process for that installation is actually super cool. They start off by doing a complete wash of the vehicle. Once the car is fully washed and fully dried, each panel is cleaned with a mixture of 50% alcohol and 50% water. This is to make sure that we don't have any wax left on the paint. If there's wax or any kind of coating or sealing on the paint, the film may not stick properly. Once that's done, soapy water is used to make sure that the car is completely clean and to find any little spots that might be an issue when laying down the film. Even though the Golf was pretty new at this point in time, less than 1,000 miles, I think, I did actually have one rock chip in the hood. We decided to just go ahead and put the paint protection film over it. You can kind of see it if you look for it, but because it's a bit of a chip, it doesn't really impact the film. If this damage to the paint was raised, it may cause an issue with the way the film sits. Now, the film comes in a huge one-section roll, and what they do is they put it on a cutter and they cut out each individual section. They actually have these templates from XPEL. They put them into their computer program, move them around to try and maximize the amount of space that's going to be usable film and reduce the amount of waste that they have. Luckily for me, there was a little section left, so I actually got some XPEL covers for the headlights for the R32. Once the pattern is all cut out on the film, the next step is weeding out the negative space. There's a variety of tools that are used in order to pick out the pieces of film that aren't cut to go on the car. This is why they work so hard to move those pieces around on the computer software in order to minimize that waste and really reduce the amount of weeding that needs to happen. Now, once the car is fully prepped, which includes covering up the wheel and tire assembly to reduce the amount of dust that may come off the wheels, and the film is all weeded out, it's time to get it installed. The process starts by pulling the film off of its backing. The panel is pretty heavily saturated in that soapy water mixture. The film is set down. Now, because that film is set on that soapy water mixture, it's allowed to float on the panel. This gives the installer the opportunity to move it around to make sure that it's properly lined up. Once that section is properly laid out and in its correct position, they work from the inside out and push all that soapy water mixture out of from under the film. Now, saying it sounds pretty simple and easy, but it actually is a pretty intense process of lifting the film up, spraying just straight water underneath it, and making sure that you get all the air bubbles out of that film. If there's any air bubbles, you'll see it in the film. If there's any dirt under the film, you'll see it under the film. And they're making sure that they don't stretch the film too much or that the film panel doesn't shift during the installation. This may mean squeegeeing out and lifting up and squeegeeing and spraying over and over and over again to make sure that that film sits absolutely perfect. And that process is pretty much the same no matter which panel that they're doing. Some panels are big and have a lot of area to cover and move around. Other panels are small and hard to work places. Now, that said, this is not a DIY for everybody. Some of the smaller kits that they sell for, say, the headlights or maybe the door sill trims might be a DIY worth taking on. However, if this is your first time installing film like this, you might want to leave the bigger panels to the professionals. Now, like so many things, the pros make this look super duper easy, but I know these guys have installed wrap on tons of cars, but I think I'm gonna do a DIY video for you guys installing the headlight film I got for the R32. I also found out that they sell something called track wrap, which is meant to be a do-it-yourself solution. You would install this for like autocross or track days, or if you're going on a road trip and you don't want to cover the whole front of your car with blue painter's tape, this is a pretty good solution. The film itself is super cool. The top layer, the clear coat layer, is about 13 microns thick. For reference, the average human hair is about 70 microns thick. This top layer, this clear coat layer, is the section that is self-healing. That means we can scratch it up, and then with either some hot water or a heat gun, it'll heal itself. The next layer is a polyurethane layer, which is about 152 microns thick. Then we have our adhesive layer at 29 microns thick, and then the polyester lining is about 76 microns thick. Now, I've owned the Golf R for almost a year, and I've had the XPEL on it for pretty much the entire time. Because we got the film and the ceramic coating on top of that, it's super easy to clean. You can just wash it like any normal car. Now, in between the big washes, or when I don't feel like breaking out all the wash supplies, I just use this detail spray, which works really, really well. Also smells super good, just to give the car a quick wipe down and make sure that it's clean. There are kits available where you can just do the front, just do the hoods, the fenders, the bumpers. But what I really love is that all the pieces that are piano black are also covered. So those Bpillar trims, when you look at them wrong and they get all scratched and swirled, those are covered. So if maybe you're not ready to do the entire car, front bumper and then the black trim pieces is a fantastic kind of middle ground for that film. Now this film is really awesome. It is not idiot proof, however, and it won't stop certain things. I have a rock chip on the front bumper that is just outside the paint protection film, and there's nothing the film can do about that. I can also tell you from very personal experience, if you have a charge cooler on your roll cart and then your charge cooler falls off your roll cart and hits your car and puts a hole in the film and nicks the paint on the bumper, the paint protection film is not going to help that at all. Now, let's test out this self-healing awesomeness. That top layer, you may remember I said, was 13 microns thick. That is the self-healing layer. So as long as the scratch, or what we're going to use, this cleaning brush, doesn't penetrate that layer, we should be able to heal this film. You can do it in one of two ways. You can use simply hot water, or you can use a heat gun. If you're going to use a heat gun, you got to be crazy careful with it because it can be really easy to overheat that spot and actually melt or deform the film. One final thing before we go and scratch the car up, well, actually, I hope we don't scratch it up. I'm nervous about this. I hope we don't, we just scratch the film, is that there is a difference between paint protection film and a vehicle wrap to change the color of the car. The vehicle wrap doesn't have some of the properties that the paint protection film has. It's all in the name, right? This is film to protect the paint, and while wrapping the car in a different color, like we're gonna do to the Miata, may do something to help keep like UV off the paint, it is not designed to protect the paint underneath. All right, so this is the spot that we are going to test. Peel my tape off here. All right, so here we go. We are going to scratch up our film and see if we can heal it. Hope we can heal it. This is the rear quarter panel on the Golf. Okay, here we go. Okay, look at how scratched up. Oof, ooh, it's so bad. We got our heat gun. This is a pretty low power heat gun. What? Wow, 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 wow. Well, there you go. You went from the scratch, whoosh, magic, no scratch, with a simple heat gun. Let's try and see how it does with some hot water. We'll do just like we did before. All right, good and scratched. Okay, here we go. Here's our thing. I got this syringe full of hot water because mostly I want to see what happens. Now, let's wipe this off. That worked even better than the heat gun. Wow. Okay, so hot water, definitely better than the heat gun. You can't even tell. Oh, that's awesome. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up there. I can't believe how cool it is to watch that stuff self-heal, and boy am I thankful that it worked and didn't scratch up my car. And of course, big thanks to the folks over at XPEL for partnering with us on this video, and of course to my boys Jason and Matt for their amazing recommendation. If you guys have any questions or comments, of course, drop them down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again next time.